Learning update. This week I've got Ashley Reynolds, who's a team leader for CARSI. And if you're wondering, CARSI stands for the Community Activation and Support Isolation Initiative. It's a bit of a mouthful, and that's why we call it CARSI. So just before I have a chat to Ashley, just a few quick figures which are really remarkable. The CARSI program has been run with over 160 VES people, including 8 staff over the last couple of years. They've exceeded 30,000 hours in activation, providing service to the community. The program peaked in August 2020 with between 400 and 600 calls a day. Just think about that figure over a day. And the program's helped 23,432 vulnerable Victorians over the past 2 years. So welcome, Ashley. I'd just like to acknowledge that we're both coming to the call from the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. It's great to have you along.
Yeah, great to be here.
I'd like to ask you, Ashley, what's a typical day look like in the CARSI program?
Interesting question, because there is no days the same. There's no such thing as a typical day, but we do like to start the day off and end the day with a briefing to make sure that whoever is on shift that day is looking after themselves and in the right frame of mind, both before and after the shift. But on shift, anything can happen. It's an inbound call centre or virtual call centre with everyone working from home. So you just don't know who's going to ring up. It's a very broad range of callers. Some examples of callers, they can range from anything. We had one of my most memorable is a elderly lady who rung up during lockdown when no one could go and visit. She'd lost her false teeth down the back of the bed and needed someone to come and help her move her bed to get her teeth.
Wow.
So interesting calls, but then one that we had about a week and a half ago was quite a distressing call for the call taker. It was a single mum who's COVID positive and incredibly unwell. It was really difficult for the caller to understand what was happening on the call because this lady's throat was so sore from COVID. She could hardly talk and had 2 screaming children. I think they were 2 and 4 that were jumping on top of her, and she couldn't control them because she was just too weak and really distressed. The call dropped out, which really had an impact and triggered the call taker. So I had a debrief with her and sent her on a break while I got one of the other team members to give this lady a call back and have a chat through with some options and try and find solutions to help her out. Single mum at home with the kids and really needed some help having those kids looked after while she was physically too unwell to do so herself. So yeah, very challenging call.
Wow, that's remarkable. And I add that 23,000 plus. I'm sure there's been many challenging calls like that over the period. Actually, the other thing that comes to my mind is that you guys really pioneered a lot of stuff in terms of the way that you take the calls and having people working at home. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's a different world that we all live in now. I think majority of people out there have had that experience of working from home, but doing it as a call center and trying to have it feel like you're sitting in a room as part of a team is something that we've tried really hard to do. And I feel that the morale within the team is amazing as what we've been able to develop while we've had people sitting all over in different parts of Victoria. We've even got a team member at the moment. She's off visiting family in Pakistan and doing her shifts while over in Pakistan. So having it feel like I'm sitting next to a team member and they're sitting in the same room as the other team or sitting in their lounge room, in their dining room, at a spare desk at home is a really different way to run a call centre. And amazingly, with such an incredible team, it's been a great success.
Fantastic. Look, it has been an amazing team, and what folks might not know is that we all come together in ES each Monday and we hear from each other's teams, and CARSI always give an amazing report of their work. So what's next for the program, mate?
Well, we're around until 30 June. I think, as everyone is aware, COVID is still around. At the moment, we're still sitting around 10,000 cases, new cases per day in Victoria. So we've still got people isolating, still got people in need of support. So we're still here Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. on the COVID hotline. And we're running through until 30 June. So still people that need us. So while they need us, we'll still be here.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Ashley. It's been fantastic hearing about the program and the amazing work that's been done. Thanks so much, mate. We'll catch up
My
soon.
pleasure.